hometown, Nashville, Tennessee. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Tennessee Titans. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we take a look at this Titan ball club entering play. They come in off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple months. 5 wins in their last 8 games. Meanwhile, for the visiting Jets, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here are the Titans now for their first drive. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 19 carries, 109 yards, and a touchdown.
I think he's exactly where he wants to be coming into a game, partner, because he has to still be riding the momentum from last week when he broke the century mark in rushing and had one of his best individual efforts of the season.
Now this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. Down the right sideline. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A great effort there. His 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
23-yard line.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he stopped immediately there. Here's 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50.
And the Titans, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. He pushes through a would-be tackler to get about 3 yards. 2nd down. From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6.
2nd and 6.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Well, every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know, as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. This defense for the Jets, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And he will have the Titans first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. Back to throw here. Manning hits him in stride. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3. Open man is Davis. He's got it for the Tennessee touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Titans are an extra point away from evening this one up. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce back. Tremendous poise. Confidence never lost. And obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Gabriel Davis. And able to get this out to the 25. Back on the field come the New York Jets for their 2nd drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. He'll look to throw. A short one there, caught by Likely. Just a gain of a couple there. And it's 3rd and 4 now. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
And it's 3rd down.
They're going to look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll look to throw again. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down.
Jets first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Here's 2nd and 7.
36. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Back to throw again. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
He saw the pressure and he got out, but he never got upfield. And the defense, they took full advantage of a rookie mistake there. They were able to add a big loss on the sack.
On fourth down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
At the 13-yard line.
They'll look to throw here. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds.
A gain of 14 yards. Brings up third down.
He'll drop to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
A short gain that doesn't get him the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before. 4th down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Jets will take over. The New York set to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Here's 3rd and 7.
It's 3rd and 7.
They'll drop to throw. He'll try and do this himself. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. 7-7, our score after 1. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter. As they've got it with a 4th down coming up. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And it'll be Titan football. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. They got 29 yards that time.
37-yard line.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 17-yard line. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the Jets' 18-yard line.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. 2nd and 11. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Intended for number 86. Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 11.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
Patterson's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So out now come the Jets. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. He'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. The Jets at 4 and 5, a game under 500. They were winners the last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape preparing for this, what we saw was a team that competed hard. They played well in all 3 phases of the game. And I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That is caught. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. It's picked up by the Titans. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. They'll come up 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
On play action, they'll throw. Open man is Naylor. He's got it. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Now a handoff running through the middle. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
A gain of 5. 1st down, New York.
Back to throw. And he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
First down, Jets.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. So 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Jets are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
Jets. First down. 1st and goal, New York.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Jets are able to move back in front. So his strong 1st half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack. And you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line. And he's able to take it into the end zone.
Extra point good by Claytor. And the lead is now 14-10. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Titans now just about ready to take over. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And that's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd down.
They'll set up to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
They're waiting him now to punt as he sends this one away. It'll be a 41-yard punt, giving 5 on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
2nd and 10 at the 27-yard line.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. He'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. Well, the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he's on to punt for New York. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Tennessee offense set to go again as we eat closer and closer to intermission. Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the 1st half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
He will find his man on the outside. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll look to throw. And he is going to lose yardage here. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And this is going to be incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On 4th down, Corliss Waitman on to punt. Taken from just outside the 30. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Jets ready to get going again here on offense. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the 2nd half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
In trouble, and he's taken down. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Titans will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
If you rank 1 from the bottom in statistics, that's usually not good in this league. And this team, 1 from the bottom in sacks, but somehow they've got 3 in this game. What's going on?
I know, they're 31 of 32. They better be careful, or they're going to be top 30 in the league. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. 3rd and 5.
17-yard line.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That is incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State and Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the 3rd quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, we thank you as always, and we'll see what happens here in the second half. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out with the victory. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So here are the Jets now to take over. They defeated the Patriots last week, now looking to make it 2 in a row here as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sit through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. That one complete to Naylor. 2nd and a couple.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And that is well read there defensively. He was looking to use his speed to get the edge, but they said no way.
A loss of 2 yards.
Now back to throw. A short one there, caught by Likely. And he is going to have a Jets first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
And the Jets first down. A 5-yard gain on the play. And the Jets first down.
Back to throw here. That's over the middle. He finds Naylor.
The pass.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6. At the Titans, 47.
He'll look to throw. On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 71 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
A gain of 10 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
They'll go with a keeper. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. They're going to look to throw. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? And it's caught. Touchdown. From 10 yards out. And the Jets take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Prater for the extra point. And that makes it a 21-10 game. So that, amazingly, a 17-play drive. And it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Titans offense gears up for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially. But you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that leads you into bigger errors.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Kyle Juszczyk. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
First and 10 on the 47-yard line.
Hold on a second. Was that the fullback? That was the fullback. Who says it? The slot receivers are the only guys who can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch. Really nice job there. Showing good hands and an ability to get upfield.
And incomplete. A drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. He'll get it to the 40. Broke a tackle there to get some extra yardage. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Getting the football to Davis on an out route. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
And the Titans, 1st down.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
36. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
And now here's a carry heading left. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. A great play there. 32 yards. And the Titans have cut it back within a score. So a strong drive here to lead off this 3rd quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive because they had to be saying, we didn't put our best foot forward in the 1st half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
18.
I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a second and short.
Brings up second and 1 at the 39-yard line.
Here's a give up the middle. And he's got room. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
96 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
At the 35-yard line.
That's to the left side where he's got Naylor. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Nashville. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Back to throw now on 1st down.
Throwing out left and finding Likely.
And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6.
Jets. 1st down. 1st and goal, New York.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. They'll drop to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
Nice completion, nice gain.
Great tackle.
Really good tackle. Kept him in bounds, kept things going. What do you do here?
That's the question. Let's see what they do. Here we go on 4th down. And he's not going to get there. They tackle him at the 2. They gave it to him in search of his 3rd touchdown, but he's denied. And the Titans defense will celebrate the goal line stand. So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty.
But I actually like the call, and the reason? It shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First, on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up, but also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop them. I like the confidence he showed.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 1-yard line.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to him. 11 yards and a 1st down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch victory.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10.
44-yard line.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. 2nd and 10.
It's 2nd down and 10.
They'll look to throw here. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
It's 3rd and 7.
They'll look to throw again.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
On now is the Titans punter, as he's on for the 5th time here today. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
The Jets offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. Open man is Naylor. He's got it.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard. At the 30-yard line.
One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. 3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. It's a quarterback sneak.
And he is going to have a Jets first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
A handoff as they run the counter play. He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2.
From the 35, here's 2nd down and 7.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep.
And that is well read there defensively. He was looking to use his speed to get the edge, but they said no way. They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8.
Back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now.
He's been terrific so far. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line.
The Titans offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. Kenneth Murray, the linebacker, there to make the play defensively. They work now on 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 18-yard line.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, the risk-reward of him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff that we're looking for.
On now is the Titans punter, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Fair catch signal for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return.
And the Jets will take over.
Looking to put a drive together. Now a play fake here on 1st down.
Pass complete to Naylor, right side.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Jets, first down. A gain of 27 on the play. First down.
Bandicam on 1st and 10.
And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21.
From the 21, here's 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Play clock down to 0, and that's going to be a delay.
Delay of game. Offense.
Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback, as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there, because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts.
A gain of 14
And as the two
yards.
teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this 4th quarter. The give now to Abanikanda. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Israel Abanikanda, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Jets will add to their 4th quarter lead. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So now the Titans down by 10. A little under 2.5 to go. They're down to 1 timeout plus the 2-minute warning, so speed will certainly be of the essence. Down 2 scores late. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Davis.
13 yards on the play. And the Titans first down.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Number 82.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. They come up now on 2nd and 2. Back to throw again. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 1 timeout at their disposal, but more pressing is the need for 2 scores, obviously. Here's 1st and 10. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle, and you got caught in between and created a foul.
And they'll get this down to the 10.
19 yards. That's good for a Titans first down. First down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. Here comes 2nd down at 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Jets 5-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. A big play looming on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
They'll set up a throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
4th down and less than a yard.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And instead of having a 1-score game, they'll remain 2 scores down. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Well, there's 1 timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. That one looks like he'll throw here.
There's a short one. It's caught by Taylor.
Only able to gain a couple there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
And it's 3rd down.
They'll look to throw. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
And incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time.
And he will have a Jets first down, and that should just about do it.
So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Jets, it's a win that might keep them alive in the playoff race as they're back to 500 at 5-5. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Titans, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.